right, folks. Welcome back. We are doing it again. And as always, I keep on saying it consistency is key in this world of content creation. And we're back with another show of darkness with a Ginger Hue. I am one of your amazing hosts, Sir Toks, aka the Beast, aka Toks, aka their favorite podcaster. And I would not be able to do this without my right hand man, the man with the plan, Slang Hugh. What's going on, Slang?
Yours true. Greetings and salutations. We're here again for another round like a carousel. Hope everybody is well. Let's get into it.
And now we have a special treat. I went into the bag, bro. I went into the bag. I went back into the history books. I went back to the pitch. I went all the way back. This man that I have on the show, I've known him for over 40 years, bro. All right.
Yeah.
You're not here. Yo, how many people can actually say they have friends 40 years? Well, okay. We're special. We're special folks. We're special folks. But I'm just saying, some people, like I
We're
said,
special.
from
True.
from from elementary school, bro,
Right.
from junior kindergarten, senior kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
This is how I'm known. This man. All right,
Yeah.
he is a very well-known chef. Now, again, before he was a chef, he was the modern day model. You know the pose when you do this. That's he created that.
I created that.
He created.
I should have copywritten that,
Oh
man.
man,
That was
listen. Everybody
that was
knows when you
instinct.
saw a picture of this guy,
Uh,
everybody was,
Yeah.
yo, this
Yeah.
man was the
Yeah.
man back in high school. Rasul
Yo, man. Teachers.
Barali.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Barali here, man. That's my dog right there. That's
Oh
my dog.
man, there
Where's
was
he?
a time. There was a time, man, when I was part of that. When high school teachers would hit on their students. I was part of that, man. Yeah, that was. I used to have the looks back. I never had a problem getting a date, or yeah, things like that, man. Back in the day, yeah, Tunde can vouch for that.
This
Yeah.
man was eye candy for all the ladies, young and old.
Sweet boy alert.
Yep.
Sweet boy alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, the modeling times, and yeah, man, those were the days, man. The '90s. Oh my God, the early '90s. Yeah, man.
I mean,
Good
I
old
keep on
days.
Yeah.
telling people if I could go back, I'd go back and
Yeah.
relive it over and over again. Just high school, man. High school was just fun for me, bro.
Yo, those were the best times, man. '80s and '90s, hands down, the best time before all this social media crap. When yeah, no, that it was the best times ever, and it just died in the 2000s. It just finished, in my opinion. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
It definitely changed the way we look at the world and each other, both friendships, families, occupations, you name it. When social media blew up, kind of blew up the world too. You're right, man.
Well, it made the world smaller,
Exactly.
right? It made the world
Mm.
smaller because now you can talk to certain people around the world. Well, even before you can talk to people around the world, yeah, it was the whole email thing, and then the Hotmail Messenger thing was going around. It just literally just squeezed. It was like a belt around the world that just squeezed everyone tighter. And in a positive way in the beginning, it was like, oh, we can talk about what's really going on over here and there, blah 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 blah, and take away from what was fake news to real news and things like that. And but just the way the politics of how things and agendas just literally creeped on and changed certain societies. Me being an African, where there were certain ways that I noticed, like we have our way, how we were raised, and um, how I would say the West just said, okay, here's another way that we can do it. And they did it through media, television, and film. And it's just, when I look back, I wouldn't trade back what we had in the '80s and '90s and anyone prior to that to what we have now, which is for me just insane. It's just there's obviously an agenda of how they want the world to be. I'm sorry, I'm going a little bit. I don't know if you know what your topic is, but
No,
I'm
no.
just throwing out, just looking at about, because we're all in the same age group. We've seen how things have happened. If you have children, and it's a different thing where we all walk on eggshells now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like, I grew up with parents that beated me so badly that I'm shocked I'm alive. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Like, and no one called the cops because it was like, yeah, your son screwed up. Your neighbor knew that you did this and that, and it was like, it was just the way it is. And that was Canada. Forget about being in Africa. You know.
You're 100%. I believe. Um, yeah, I know we've said that. Well, I've said this on multiple episodes that the evolution of the world, whether people see it's good or bad, it's been changing, and you got to kind of stick with the times, go with the times, and stay in even keel of what's the the positive aspect of what as has been changed. So definitely keep your toes behind the line, because the minute you step out of line, like the powers that be will put you where you need to be put, or even
Right.
if you don't need to be put there, they'll put you there anyways because you're out of
Right.
their realm. So
Oh,
I
I
definitely
don't.
understand and
I don't
respect that.
subscribe to that. The
No,
line,
because
the line
all
is
it takes is an
for that
allegation,
reason.
right? It takes one allegation to say, "Oh, this one did this to me," and as you said, the powers to be, their job is to just come and arrest you, and then okay, figure out in court. You know what I mean? Like, it got too crazy over the last 20 years, in my opinion, where all it takes is an allegation, and that's it. And the dynamic of the family, friendship, whatever relationship you are in, that's it. It's over. It's insane. Where it was like, you know what? Let's sit down and talk about it. We don't talk anymore. We call 911.
Mm.
That's my opinion.
I mean, I agree with you guys. Generally speaking, there's good and bad in everything. It's very relative and it is very perspective based. Because a lot of people who, for example, to your example, there was a lot of people being abused that weren't calling the police because our culture wasn't accepting of it. Now they get justice if they ask for it, help. So it's a give and take. I do agree it's gone a bit too far, or the pendulum swung
But
pretty
if you know how to take
far.
advantage of it, if you know how to, if you know the system and take advantage of it, you can on either side.
Right. But as I was saying, in our day, the
Yeah.
advantage was the other side.
Hmm.
Now the
Hmm.
advantage it's swung.
It
There
is
is no, we need the middle ground is what we do now.
exactly. But
That's where
again,
I do agree.
I think no one wants to give up the ultimate power. So there's never going to be a middle ground. It's going to
We're
be
human
swinging from
beings.
one side
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
right to the other.
Yeah.
So again, we had the pendulum, we had the swing of the pendulum. We'll go back way back when again we didn't really have any say. Us as colored people, we had no say, and then all of a sudden something happened, and I guess we can definitely say social media was the key. I'll go back to the whole Rodney King situation where there
Internet in
was
general. Internet in
yes, well, yeah,
general.
okay, internet, and that swung and brought awareness to how people of color were being treated. Now, again, it didn't do so much, but it opened the eyes to a lot of people, and that's when we got eyes on us, and it kind of swung the pendulum our way. So now you got the whole Black rights, Black Lives Matter. You have a lot of things, both in music, media, sports, movies, you name it. We were now getting the attention we really deserved because it was not just us being black. We were athletes. We were amazing musicians. We were great actors. We were great politicians and so forth. So now, again,
Doctors, lawyers,
exactly, you name it. We
et
got
cetera, et
some
cetera.
recognition, and it didn't have to be just of the North American side of things. You got praise in Africa, you got praise in Britain because of certain things you've done there. You go and there's a bunch of amazing doctors and lawyers in Asia, in Australia, right? There's a huge following in South America with all the colored people there. I mean, there's tons. So
Mm,
that's what we're now. That's what we saw, and now again, I'm assuming that it's kind of swinging back. I think there's a lot of things that are being changed or has been changed recently to kind of pullback. We have the whole Donald Trump thing. We have Charlie Kirk thing and all the very conservative slash it's conservative versus liberals, and then turns into be black versus white and so forth. So the list goes on and on. We as people kind of are just stuck in the middle, just watching it like a tennis match. They knock it back,
Mm.
they knock it the other way, and just
That's a
waiting
great
for it.
way. That's a great way of looking at it. That's an
Yeah,
awesome way of saying it.
it's just watching the game, and it's just
Mhm.
you want to see when it goes to one side and what they're going to do with that ball and knock it back the other side. It's just
Mhm.
a continuous
Mhm.
tennis match. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, it's sad, but it's reality that we're living. We just have to make the best of it. With
Mhm.
that being said, though, it is
Mhm.
it is a weekend, and we want to start the show right. So I want to know for both of you folks, and even myself, what did you do to better yourself today? And I'll start with our guest, Rasul. What did you do for
Um,
yourself?
I I came from seeing I'm going every Saturday to see a neuropathy, which they are doing what do you call it? The thing with the needles? Um,
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture. Yeah. So
Sure.
I'm noticing that I'm getting these tingling things in my feet, and I'm getting some treatment with that, and I'm feeling the reverse of that. So yeah, that was a great relief. That's what I'm doing today. That's what
Good.
I did this morning before I came. Yeah, came on
That's
today.
great.
Wonderful.
So
That's
yeah,
That's wonderful.
yeah, just we're getting older, bro.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
I
we're
get
getting
you.
older,
I
man.
get you.
Don't I know it?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. That's what
How
I
long
did.
have you been doing it?
This was my second week,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's like they're saying, it's going to take 6 to 12 weeks
Mhm.
of therapy, doing stuff like that. But I'm doing other things too. I had a major accident on a film set working in Newfoundland a couple months ago, where I fell off. Like the show that I was on, um, I don't think they released the name of the show. It was called UNLP. So just a little background about me. I've been working in film for a couple of years. Getting away after during COVID, when my business kind of shut down, when we all shut down, I got a call in film, and a friend of mine that works in
No. Do we lose him?
I am.
a major show going on, and we can use your help. And I went to go help out, and the director ended up liking me and asked me if I could stay on the duration of this Netflix show. And that was like, I want to say 5 6 years ago. And then I caught the bug. They let me stay, and I've been doing film for the last whatever 5 6 years. So I was working on a show with oh man, shit. I'm the worst with names. I'm the
Mhm.
worst with names, but he was a major actor in Pearl Harbor. Um, man, he was in Pearl Harbor. Then he was the poster child for Black Hawk Down. Um, man, what's his name? I'm the worst. Josh Arnett. Josh Arnett.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I got to go
Okay.
work. I got to go work on Josh Arnett for a series there. They called it Untitled Newfoundland Project.
Mhm.
It's going to be something that's going to be coming out soon on Netflix, and I got to go work there. But it's a heavily show that's on the coast with boats, and a lot of gear, cameras coming on off of the boats. And I was coming off a boat early in the morning when the shore, a wave came in, and I was coming off the boat with some of our props. And when the wave came in, it shook the boat and it threw me off the boat, and I
Mm.
fell on rocks, my entire body, 5 feet in the air onto rocks. And then,
Ouch.
yeah, so they took me off, and then I've been on WSIB. So I'm actually seeing three specialists right now, from head, spine, shoulder, and neck, for all my treatments. And I'm noticing, like, I got to do other things to get better, to start work maybe next month or 2 months back in film. Working in film is like a marathon. You're working 14, 16-hour days, 6 7 months straight. You're doing like 10, 12,000 steps according to the watch that it says. It's hard work. And
Mm,
so I've just been doing treatments for the last few months now, getting prepared to get back into film.
Okay,
mm.
okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Slang? What did you do for yourself
Uh,
today?
Firstly, get well soon.
Hmm.
Secondly,
Thank
uh,
you.
just worked out this morning. Got up, I went to bed early. Actually, for me, like I was in bed
Mm.
by midnight, and got up
Oh,
at
that
like,
is early.
yeah, for me, you know how I am.
Oh,
Got up at like 9, got to the gym, did my workout, and been getting ready for this ever since.
Mm.
So
nice.
that would be my what I did to do myself better today. Make myself
Okay,
better today, rather.
Did you do some research on me? Did you look up my background? Did you?
No, to be honest, I
Oh,
didn't,
shit.
because
Oh, wow.
I don't, we don't this like our platform. I had to have this conversation with a guest that we're gonna have next week.
Mm,
We're not really an interview platform. We're more of a
mm-hmm.
round table discussion platform.
Nice.
So
Okay.
barbershop talk.
Tokes did
Nice.
send me some stuff, so I read those like weeks ago. That was like
Okay.
weeks ago when he first told me about you. But other than
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
I didn't do no deep dive, to be
No
honest.
worries. All right. Cool, 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 cool.
Well,
All right. So let's.
even myself, I had to go re-dig into my bag and find out. I'm like, man, I haven't talked to this man in a while. Let me go. And
Yeah.
I went and I checked out the the CP24 clips. Don't think I didn't
Oh,
see that.
man. Oh,
I talked to
man.
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people. So
That was that year was crazy. Sunday,
Mm.
man. I was like in like that year. That was the year my ex-wife, and you met her because you've been to
mhm,
my place.
mhm,
You met her the day she left me and told me she was leaving me for another man, and there's
Mm-mm.
nothing you can say or do.
Hold on, wait, before you get into that. Hold on. Before
mm,
you get, because we're gonna get there. Tokes
mm.
didn't answer his own question. What did you do to
Okay,
make
okay, okay, go on.
it?
Oh, what did I?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
did. Yeah,
Oh,
you
sorry.
did. Yeah, yeah.
For me, today is my daughter's birthday. She is turning 8 years
Oh,
old
Oh,
today.
happy birthday.
oh.
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
How old is your
she
Blessings, blessings. Happy
she's 8
birthday.
now. She's
eight?
8. Yeah,
Damn,
Wow.
fast. So what
feels like
we
yesterday.
did, well, I had her she slept in my bed just because she likes being there when she's over here. But then I went and surprised her and put all the presents I had in her room. So when she
Nice.
got up, she went there and she was just all, wow, we got to do this. And that's, she's been in her room since.
Oh
And then I asked
man.
her, what do you want to eat? It's your birthday.
Yeah,
You can have anything you want.
yeah.
I ordered Boston pizza, spaghetti with fries and apple juice and a cookie. And I'm like, sure, it's all
Okay.
you. It's all
Yeah.
you. So that's what she's doing. Now later after the
Uh
show, we're
yeah.
gonna go do some painting and stuff like that and hang out and watch
Okay.
some movies. So that's the whole day. It's all her for
Okay.
that.
Beautiful.
This is a small break from her,
Okay.
but again, we're gonna be
From
hanging
her
out for
It
the
day.
won't
rest of
take
the
too
night.
much time. It won't take
Yeah,
too much
yeah.
time. It won't
Oh
take
no,
too
I
much
mean my
time.
daughters know she's all about content creation herself. She helps me do content
Nice.
creation because we watch videos
Yo,
on
they're so
YouTube.
smart, man. They know so much
Telling
more
you.
than man. They can edit this. They
I'm
know. They're
telling.
so
Listen, there's so
yo
much things that they can
different generation,
take
man.
in and
Yeah.
Bro,
they can
doing it.
regurgitate out. Like she was saying, hey, you know that? Let's do a YouTube page. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, I've
Wow.
been watching this guy and we like playing games, so let's do that. So I recorded a video of us
Nice,
doing that one time.
nice.
I'm like,
There you
okay,
Mm,
go.
but then again, I don't want to expose her to the video all that yet. So when
Mm.
she's
mm.
ready,
Yeah.
we'll definitely jump
Yeah.
on that for sure,
Nice,
for
nice.
sure.
Well, happy birthday, baby girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
Thank you,
definitely.
nice.
thank you, thank you,
Definitely.
thank you, thank you. So let's jump in
Sorry,
to
sorry to
what we
interrupt.
talking about. No, no, let's jump in. We gonna talk
But
about.
I don't know. I mean, you asked the questions. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm gonna hit you real quick, bro. If this is something you wanted to
I'm
talk
gonna
about,
be honest. I'll be
yeah,
honest. I mean, you
okay,
like it, you don't like it. I don't know.
okay.
I'm
No,
very. You know me, Tunde, man. You know me my whole life, bro.
it's
Like
not. It's not even
I'm.
about me liking it. It's not even about
No, but
fans liking
I'm
it.
saying I'm not gonna. I don't sugarcoat
Yeah,
anything.
Thank
I'm
please
you.
don't.
brutally honest,
No,
and
Please
you
people
don't.
know.
want because some
Yeah.
people will actually think and feel the same way you do. So they want
Yeah, yeah,
validation
if
too.
I mean, I have no problem to have a lie detector just connected to me right now. It's gonna be. This is what it is, you know. I
Okay,
was not a saint, you know. We all have our things, we all whatever.
of
But yeah,
course.
man, go ahead.
Okay, okay. Let me hit you up with some questions then, real quick. So divorce is something a lot of people go through, but not everyone talks about it openly, and this is what we're going to do. So, what is the biggest reality check for you when it came to your marriage ending?
Okay,
Was the biggest thing that
so
kind of just caught you?
She dealt with it like quitting a job.
Mm.
Literally, like if you were like, man, I've been here for 15 years, I'm done. Whatever's going in your head, like, you're at your desk and you're like, you know what? Fuck this place, man. I'm fucking done. And she just literally came in the door. I think you remember I used to do a lot of cooking classes, like very successful cooking, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my bread and butter, man. Fuck, I miss doing that. And
Yeah.
she knew what time I was coming home. So you have to understand something. Just to give you a kind of context, um, my cooking classes were evenings, weekdays, which makes sense when people are done work. They would come to my cooking class from 6 to 9 p.m., right after work. What else can you do on a weekday? And I did that Monday to Friday. And on the weekends, I taught Saturday and Sunday, but back to back, meaning I had a class in the morning and I had a class in the afternoon. So I would be out of the house on the weekdays. I would leave at 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. Um, and go to my kitchen, set it up, get ready for people to come for 6, go to 9, clean up, get home for around 10, 10:30. That was consistent for years. And then on the weekends, I would leave the house at 9. I wouldn't get home till 5. So she had the evenings and weekends alone at home because I'm not there. That's when my business starts. Or if I was doing a catering gig, that shit would take me to like 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekend, how it would be. And so she came home when she knowing what time I came home. And when I came home, I was like, oh shit, where is she? She's not home. And she came home and just walked in the door and just said, look, I love someone else. There's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can do. Get a lawyer. And literally walked out the door.
No signs, like there was no.
There were signs. There were
Okay.
signs. 100% there were signs. There
Okay.
were signs when she did that. It was no fuck, what was it? It was like, I think, oh fuck, I'm trying to remember. There were signs because yes, sleeping together, shit like that. There were
Mm.
signs, but um in there was a time I did a food festival in Burlington, and it was a winter food festival. I used to be like the chef ambassador for a lot of food festivals around the city in Toronto, and meaning like I would go on the media, I would promote it, stuff like that. I would
Mm.
be the face of the food festival, and they would have like 2,000 vendors, but I would be the one that would promote it. And there was one that I did that it was in the winter, it was outside, and the weather was so bad, we didn't get the people that we expected. I ended up losing $2,000 for that one
Mm.
day. So when I came home, she's like, so the weather was bad, blah, blah, blah. How was it? And I told her straight up, I lost 2 grand. And she blew up and started a fit. And I was like, this is not our money. This is my money. Why are you blowing up? Why? But she blew up to aggravate me so much that I felt that she, like the way that she blew up, throwing shit, acting like it was her money. This is $2,000. I didn't
Mm.
lose 20 grand. And my ex-wife was a gambler. She would go to the casino and lose 20 grand. And I'd be like,
Mm.
well, that's your money. That's your loss. That's nothing. And I swear to God, 20 grand is nothing. Like there's times that she lost 70 grand. I would be like, yeah, that's a big deal, but that's not on me. That's on you. And I'm like, but the way she was reacting, the way she was acting, and the way she was provoking me, it felt like she wanted me to do something to her physically. So
Mm.
fast forward when this happened in January when she left, I realized when I was thinking, I was like, I think she wanted me to do something to her so she could call the cops.
Mm.
So she could call the cops. So then she would be like, look, boom, put him in jail. And then she would have did whatever she was planning for January or whatever. You get me? So
Mm.
that's when I realized, like, oh fuck, she was trying to I was like, because basically, when a woman has to come and basically, like, she's tried, and then she just comes in the door and says, you know what, it's done. I'm leaving you. I'm loving another man, and then walks right out the door and runs off. It's because she tried so many times.
The
Okay,
plan was
so
already in motion,
these
eh?
are these are things I try to like make people understand and listen. Like these are things that I'm sorry, man. These are traits that women will try to do. They will try to put you in jail to make it easy for them, and then they look good in front of everybody else to say, "Look, I don't know, I had to call the cops because he was this, he was that. He raised his hand at me, but he didn't hit me, so I had to call the cops and say, oh my God, I feel for my life and blah 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 blah." She tried, and I was just like, I was looking at her like it was like I was like, "What's wrong with you?
Mm.
What's wrong with you? Why are you why are you?" I should be reacting like this because it was me that lost. I'm not. I'm like done. It's like that's part of business. You make some, you lose some, and but it screwed up her timeline. That I realized that the man that she left me for, I don't know the reason, but it just screwed up her timing. You get me? Because she was trying, but I just wasn't biting. But when she was going over the top to stay, and I was just like, what the hell? So yeah, there's always signs, but you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never know. You never know, man. And this is why I was telling him, like, this is something that I want to talk because in my opinion, you know, in my experience, the school system was built to make everybody in the public system slaves. That was the new
Facts.
slavery. Okay. It was to make you get a job. And I don't care if you're a doctor, it's still a job. You're still getting paid by the government. Okay. Um, and the reason why I say that it's slavery, because the biggest thing they never teach you in the public school system compared to the private school system, aka Upper Canada College here in Toronto, and I know people that went there, is that in Upper Canada College, they teach you to be an entrepreneur,
Mm.
meaning they teach you wealth, they teach you business. The public school system doesn't even teach you how to do your taxes. It's not mandatory, it's not a prerequisite. Okay, you got to learn geography. You got to learn French till grade 9. You got to learn English, like like Shakespearean. You got to learn. You got gym.
Calculus.
Gym is a class, really. And this is Tunde, who for me was the athlete of the year every year since I've known him since I was 5 years old. Okay, you don't need to tell a guy to run around. Like I mean, I'm just saying there's so many things in the school system that is obviously to teach you, like, okay, yeah, take calculus, because yeah, okay, maybe there's some good ones here out of this class that will become good accountants, and they'll tell you, yeah, you should look into that. When Malcolm X, um when everybody, his peers said, you know what, he wanted to be a lawyer, what did his teacher say? That's not a
Calculus.
thing for a black man. Everybody, all his um what do you call it, in his class said he should be the school, he should be the school president. What happened? You get me? People see the skills of certain people, and then the thing is, the school system doesn't teach you about financials as a prerequisite. It doesn't teach you as financials, because if you know that, if they taught you the stock market in the school system, I think that would be beneficial, but it's not beneficial for the working man. It's beneficial for the people in the private schools. And the second thing I believe that they should teach you in the school system is marriage. Because, in my opinion, from my experience, 2 divorces, marriage is a business.
Mm.
Mm.
Marriage is a business. Okay. So let me ask you a question. If you met someone, I don't know your situation now, but hypothetically, if you were to meet someone, talking, okay, we talking, we FaceTime, and now you go meet them and for the first time on a date, what would be your first question? Your first question.
Who? Which one? Any of us?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
what would you want to say? Like, you already been talking, and like,
mm,
okay, I want to consider you. Okay. And you know that you're going in there meeting her saying, okay, I'm considering you. What would be your first question?
what's your view of an ideal relationship?
All
Mhm.
right, Tunde.
Yeah, what's your intentions of us, getting together? What's the end goal? What's
Even
gonna
though you've
happen?
had these conversations on the phone, FaceTime that you have
Yeah,
now, back in the day, remember we still only had the phone, whatever. That would be your first question.
I would
Well, I
ask
mean,
her.
I guess it depends on what you're, because I
No,
think
I'm
you have.
saying you already had you're already going in to meet them for the first time, right? You're meeting them for the first time, knowing that I'm potentially looking at you as someone I want to spend the rest of my life with.
But that's where my contradiction is. If I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm
Face
definitely
to
not. Oh,
face.
yeah, but I'm still definitely not thinking you're the person I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Right, right. I mean,
Remember, the
right,
time that
right,
we
right, right.
come from, we're dating face to face is how we learn
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
Right, right, right,
that's
right.
when we said first time. I'm thinking we're still getting to know each other. If we
So
know each other to a
I
degree, that's
get you.
yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. But my thing is, if you're 20, it doesn't matter. Meaning like, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but you have time.
Mm,
Time is on your side. Okay. When you're 30, it's like, man, I don't have kids yet. Okay, I want to make sure this is the one. You know what my first question would be? So that I know I don't need to see you on the second date.
mhm.
What's your credit score?
Yeah, nah, bro. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, no, hell no. I'm not doing that. We just
What's
had
your
this
Credit
credit?
discussion. What's
What's
so
your credit
credit
funny?
score?
score?
What's your credit
We,
score?
you know what's funny, Toks?
What's your credit score?
Toks knows. We had this discussion just on our last
What's your credit
and
score?
and our discussion
And
was
my second question is,
hold
how
Hold
on.
on,
much are
hold on,
you in
Hold
hold
on,
on,
debt?
Mr. Hold
hold
on,
on,
Mr.
hold on, hold on.
Hold on. We just had this discussion about this, and the both of us agreed that most men don't actually care about that stuff. We actually don't
I know,
care.
and they should.
I don't agree, but I understand where you're coming from,
Hmm.
considering your experience.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say
I
your
I could
experience.
care less what a woman makes or what her credit score is or what. But I don't I think it's a mentality thing. Do you go into the relationship thinking I'm going to have to take care of this woman?
According
Mm,
to my culture and faith, yeah.
That's the difference. I
mm,
do
Yes,
not.
that 100%. Yeah, I get it.
And I come from
If
that
I if
same
I if
culture,
I if
but
you
I'm
if
not
I
doing
go if we're gonna say we're gonna go and we're gonna do everything half and half, that's different. But my faith and culture says I have to take care of that woman.
yeah, that's the difference. I
yeah,
I
and,
I
and
reject that idea. I grew up the
yeah,
same way and I reject it. I'm not
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and that's what we
No,
were on. We were on Pose Ben's podcast, and I told you. I mean, for years I was conflicted of who I am because at one edge I was following what was taught for years as an African culture. However, when it comes down to it, we're in North America where that stuff is second.
it
The
doesn't
culture
mean
is
nothing. That's
the,
my whole point, Tunde.
that's what I'm
As
saying.
we
So
were
I
raised,
was I
as
was
we were
lost
raised, it
when
doesn't
it came to
mean
dating.
nothing here. And this is why I want to say this, because my second question would be, how much are you in debt? Why? You have to understand, you have to ask me as an African man, how I was raised, how my parents were together, how we have been brought up, and we're talking how all their ancestors from beginning of time, this is what a man's responsibility is, okay? But when I meet a woman here, she can be anything. It doesn't even matter if she was African, okay? If she was born and raised here, let me explain something to you about the society in this country. Let me see if you guys remember this. When you left high school and went to college or university, what was the biggest thing that was given to you freely
We
without
talked about it.
applying, without
OSAP,
applying,
Credit
OSAP,
cards.
brother.
without applying
Oh,
for it, without
oh,
applying for it,
without
without
applying?
even applying for it. Your bank account would be like you would get a letter in the mail that said, "Hey, you
Oh,
qualify
true,
for a
true.
credit card."
Yeah,
Before you left school, before you left
yeah.
high school,
I'm just saying.
as soon as
Oh
you
yeah,
get to
yeah, yeah.
college,
When you're like, I
first
mean,
pay.
we were in OAC, like we had grade 13 over here, right? I
Mhm.
remember getting one in the mail because I had a bank account with TD. I didn't even apply. It's like, boom, you pre-approved for $1,500. I don't know how. Did the
I'm
school?
rich.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying the school system doesn't teach you about financial. So when you're like, oh shit, I got $1,500. When let me tell you something. I don't know if Tunde remembers this. I used to work at Jane and Finch at Shoppers Drug Mart. I was making $6.85 an hour. And Tunde, remember I had my own car,
This is true.
paying insurance, paying gas. Remember that? I had my own car in grade 11. Remember I had my own
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that? You had your own car too,
I did.
right?
I
Remember
did.
gas was what 47,
Probably
48 cents,
45,
but
46
something
cents.
like that.
Yeah.
Remember the
Yeah.
max?
Yeah.
Remember? But
Yeah.
we were making $6.85. Now you're gonna throw me $1,500. I didn't even apply for it.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. The system is made to make us not it's to build you to be a slave, to keep you in debt. It's 100% made that way for us. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that went through the public system. Now, when I say us, I don't mean Africans. I mean like anybody that went through the public system. Okay,
Mhm.
because for the kids that went through the private system and all that, the ones that had the money, when the parents got it, they rip it up because they have the money to give it to their kids when they need it. They get an allowance. We didn't get no allowance.
Mhm.
True.
You get me? I'm just trying to make you understand the mentality of the system. So it sets you up for failure when you're 17, 18 years old going further. You get me? Now you're supposed to get married. That's why I say the question, when you marry someone here, how much is your debt? What's your credit score? Because if I want to move forward with you and I want to buy this property, maybe I'm going to need you to put your name on the property to help me out. And so, okay, so what's your credit score? Okay, we have a 5-year plan. All right, let's put a down payment on this, but I need to know your situation because it is like a communion where in Canada over here, this is how it works.
It's
Okay.
not a
It's
wrong
you need to
question.
do it
They're
together.
wrong.
Am
It's
I
not a
wrong? No,
wrong
but
question. No,
They're definitely not wrong. It's
you're
just
not
not
wrong.
something
it's just
I
the way the
agree.
system. It's just the way the system is. Like
My,
you can't
so
just say, "Oh, I'm the man." To the bank and be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got it. I can pay for it." No, they're
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
like, "Well,
yeah,
who's
yeah,
going
yeah.
into it?" That's just the way
okay.
it works. Her name is gonna be there, right? But then at the same time, you know, you do that, and if you build it up and blah 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 blah, you don't do a prenup. It's like it's crazy. Like what I went through my divorce, when my ex-wife left me for another man that she was cheating on me for 6 years while we were married and just walked away like she was quitting a job. I was like, when I found out from her sister-in-law months later, she's like, yo, Russ, I'm sorry to tell you. She told me she was gonna leave you 5 years ago.
Damn.
And I was like, 5 years ago? She goes, yeah. She told me 5 years ago she was going to leave you. And she said, her sister in law said to me, Maria goes, so I said, Maria, like, what? And she goes, yeah, I asked her why. She goes, I just don't love him anymore. She goes, he's a chef. He has a problem of like, meaning like, I like my home clean. So my home, to give you an example, would be, you would think I live in a hotel because I maintain and clean my home every day. I don't clean my home when I think guests are coming. You can show up and knock on my door anytime. My place is immaculate. It's the way I was raised. It's the way my parents brought us up. You got me? Clean as you go. I'm a chef. I work in the kitchen. You come to my kitchen anytime. We're clean. We clean as we go. It's a habit. It's how we are. Um, and so like she was like, oh, but she's like, so what is it? She's like, I just don't love him anymore. That was her answer. And I was like, she's been dealing with this guy. So I was like, okay, hold on. If she told you this 5 years prior, she didn't meet him a month ago. She didn't meet him 3 months ago. I had to say she met him at least a year before she made that decision to tell you. But then she chickened out and didn't decide to leave. So the only thing that we estimated was he was probably married. He's from Congo. He's African, and he was probably going through his own separation and divorce and the kids and all that stuff. And then when it was all done, then said, "Okay, goodbye."
My question though is why didn't your sister-in-law tell you from the get-go?
Because it's his sister-in-law.
It's her sister-in-law, not
Yeah.
mine.
Oh.
It's
Sorry.
her.
Yeah.
It's her
From
brother's
another.
wife.
Okay,
It's
but
her
still,
brother's wife, not mine.
still,
She
yeah,
didn't want. I mean, that's a shitstorm, right? You don't like
yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
want
I
to get
guess.
it.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect her to tell me that either.
Yeah. I
If it
guess.
was my brother's wife, she
Different
might
story.
look out for me to say,
Yeah.
"Hey,"
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but it
Okay.
was
I
her
It's her
brother's
side.
wife.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, her
That makes
side.
more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a question though.
Oh, you
Now,
beat me. Go ahead.
yeah, with that being said about your question in the relationship. Now you're in a new relationship. Did you ask this question recently to your significant other?
The woman I'm with right now, I know her situation. Yes, yes, hundred
So you
percent.
asked her. You asked her all that.
Oh
Very
yeah,
early.
yeah. She would tell you if she was here, I was the most difficult person she's ever dated because I went through so much, and I'm not exaggerating. I paid hundreds of thousands for my settlements, hundreds of thousands. Okay, I was at the top of my top of my business and everything when I went. And she planned it so well when I was at the top, and so I wasn't gonna just let any woman just walk into my home and just be like, whatever. We're not married. I've been with this woman for 6.5 years. We're going on a 7-year relationship. My mom said to me, the last time she was here, I think my mom last was here in November. She came and spent the weekend with us. And she said to me, this is not good, according to our faith. Like, you need to be married. You've been with this girl for 6 years. And I said to my mom was like, I'll help you, pay for the marriage. And I said, I don't need your help for the marriage. I'll marry her tomorrow. You help me pay for the divorce.
Okay, so I got a question.
I told my mom, if you want me to marry her, Ma, I'll marry her tomorrow. But if 6 months from now, 6 years from now, she wants to get a divorce, help me pay for the divorce and I'll marry her. And my mom said, okay, I gotta go.
Mm, mm, mm.
He was out. Shout out to
My
moms.
mom, my
I've
mom,
known your
let me
mom
tell
for
you
a
something.
while, so shout
My
out to your
mom's
mom.
African. My mom's African to a different level, bro. My mom is 5 foot, white, green-eyed, brunette, from Mauritius. A lot of people who know my mom will say, man, she's the most ghetto lady I've ever met, man, but I love her. My mom's not ghetto. My mom's gangster. Okay? She's gangster. She's old school African. Like, she will, my mom can beat me today if she wants to, and I can't say anything. I
Mm.
can't say anything. If my mom wants to beat me today, I can't say. I just have to take it. That's the way I was raised. Okay. But when I told her in this country, and I marry this another woman here, and I go through what I went through last time, and I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. I paid $40,000 to the lawyer. I don't need help with the marriage. I don't need help with the reception and all that. If she decides to divorce me, and she's an amazing woman. She's so amazing. I tell people she's not even human. I think she's an alien.
Yeah.
God bless me with the most amazing person, alien in my life. I've never, if you want me to talk about this woman, you will cry. And every female who listens to if I talk about her will be so jealous and they will not allow their men to hear what I have to say because they're going to be like, don't get any ideas of how amazing this woman is.
Mm.
And I told my mom, if she decides to leave me, you help me pay for the divorce.
All
Uh,
right. That's Slang. You got a question for him?
Yeah. So in the interest of accountability, what would you say, if any, were the mistakes you made in the marriage, or that you should be accountable for? And I,
I
I want
love
to
that. That's a
I
great
want to
question.
be I want to
I'll be
be
honest.
I just want to be, just so we're clear. I want you to focus on you more than
Mhm.
your
Okay.
ex.
Okay. The biggest mistake I ever did was doing 90% of the cooking and cleaning in a shared home. Raising a, a daughter that wasn't mine was not a mistake, it was a blessing. So she had a daughter that was 3 years old when I met her. She's innocent. Okay. And I'm talking early 2000s, where I had a few friends say to me, bro, I wouldn't even date a girl that has a child, meaning like a single mom. And I was like, oh, but the kid's innocent. The kid's like, they're like, nah, man, Russell, I don't do it. And I didn't listen. And we dated for 3 years before I proposed marriage. And when we got married, I would say after 2 months, I didn't know who she was. After 3 years, not when I say dating, like we stayed together. You know what I'm saying? Like we stayed together. Um, and it was just amazing how much it taught me how great actresses women are. I'm telling you, let me tell you this. The way a woman will satisfy you. Let's say you date a woman for a year and then married her after a year. Even after 3 years, you will never be able to compare the sex that you had in that 1 year in the entire 3 years after that marriage. It's such a fucking front that these women will do because they know that's the only thing they have to make sure this man stays and to do everything they can to get that social status to say, I do. And the only thing I found was the only thing a woman does is saying the word I do. Man, bro, the major thing in a compound of a home is the maintenance of the house, meaning the bills are paid, the maintenance of the home, the cleaning of the home is an art, to be honest with you. It's an art to make sure that the maintenance of a home is spotless. And then to pay everything on top of that. And when you have all of that and you still don't see that, my mistake was doing all of that. There's no appreciation at all. There's zero appreciation when one person is doing 90% of the work of the home. And I don't care when people say, oh, yeah, the man takes out the grass, he cuts the grass. Nah, bro. I would fold her, I would do her closets. I would make, like, because it was so bad. Like, it was so bad that her daughter, as a joke, because I got fed up of like folding her clothes, she put a note with the date on it, put it at the bottom of her clothes that she would throw on top. Like, she would just throw her clothes on top. Like she would just literally take her clothes and throw it like in a, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of how to say it in English.
Hamper or whatever.
Yeah.
No, no, in her closet.
Just in a
So, like,
pile,
if
right?
if I took a picture of her closet, my closet, everything's lined up, like everything is hung, and she would just throw it on the floor, and then the next day she would just pick up clothes from the floor, iron it, go to work. And I decided after like a decade that I'm done doing it. One day she was going through her clothes and she found this piece of paper. She's like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, "Oh my!" I even forgot about it. Her daughter wrote the date
Damn.
just to say, and it was 2 years later.
Um,
2 years.
Damn.
but
2 years was when she found the bottom of her pit. You got me? Like, what I'm saying is, like, you know, but let me tell you something, for our people to hear this. As people say signs and flags. The biggest flag I want to warn everybody was something I didn't listen to, which I knew it didn't make sense, but I just always listened to her side of the story. Was when a woman doesn't have a good relationship with her father,
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
okay?
Men,
And
their mother.
she never had a relationship with, sorry, not just her father. She didn't have a relationship with her parents.
Parents. Hmm.
So I don't know. We were together, I think married 15, together 17 or 18. And again, when I reflected after, in the 15 years that we were married, living together, I want to say there was one phone call in 15 years where her parents called to say, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Easter. happy birthday or to call their granddaughter to say happy birthday, Athena. In 15 years, not one phone call.
What was her background, if you don't mind me asking?
Filipino.
Okay.
And that's shocking. That's shocking.
Mm,
Okay. That's shocking for Filipinos. All
makes
right. Her
sense.
parents want, and I used to think, because she's Catholic, I'm Muslim, I was always believing it's because you married me. I used to always think, oh, because you married a Muslim, that's why. But nah, her dad sat me down and goes, when she left, you know what her father said to me? She's now his problem. And I was like, oh my God, you're right.
Here's the thing though. I'm gonna step in real quick because I'm like, there
I
could
wasn't
be
perfect one day. I wasn't perfect either,
no,
man.
no.
No,
I
I'm not
I
saying. I'm not
understand, but
saying. But I'm just saying there's these fights. My mom
but
called. I
hold on.
talk to my mom every day.
I'm putting things together now. I'm like, you know what? She was raised a certain way.
Mhm.
She has no connection with her family. And I'm looking back, and I'm going to be that devil's advocate.
Yeah.
It's a possibility she's resenting you because you're treating her the same way her family was treating her. Meaning,
Mm,
you were cleaning and doing everything,
Mhm.
and not. I don't know if you. I'm not in the house to say, hey, you were ridiculing how she was raising herself or raising the situation, but
Mhm.
she felt like she was not good enough and you had to step in and do it for her or do things that she should be doing and she felt bad about it. Again, I know this because I lived it. Because again, there was a point where I was the one who was looking like I wasn't doing good enough, and everybody else was telling me. So when you go in a relationship, and that same person or that partner of yours is telling you or fixing you, and I'm like, yo, I don't want this again. I don't want to go through this. I went through this with my family for 20 some odd years. Why am I going to go through it again? You know what? I'm checked out already. I'm good. Go do what you want to do. I'm out. She's already checked out. You know what I'm
Tunde.
saying? So
Tunde.
I'm like, no, hold on. So I'm like, you
Yeah.
know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe, oh, well, I'll say she wasn't right for you, right? For sure. But it's a possibility she wasn't right for you because of how she was raised. So when you said that comment about how her dad says, it's now this guy's problem,
Yeah.
that tells me a lot. Saying, yo,
Yeah.
this guy was
Yeah.
probably doing things with her from time and it didn't get through to her. So he just
Mhm.
left her and said, you know what? Never mind.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right.
But
So
I
basically
mean, I
what
mean,
I'm
I mean,
saying,
for an in-law never to call you.
mm,
I always felt it was like, oh, you're married outside. That's what I used to. And her dad, because I asked him, he's like, nah, man. The thing is, she was extremely combative. When I say that her own parents never called, her siblings rarely ever called. It would be like on a birthday, hey, happy birthday. Okay, everything good. All right. And click. It would, like me, my siblings would call me like, we're talking for an hour. So what's
mm.
going on with the kid? What's this? They would be like, "Hey, happy birthday! Everything, yeah, okay, happy birthday." Click. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things. And I used to be like, and she actually used to tell me she used to envy the relationship that I have with my family.
That's the
Right?
other part.
She
yeah,
admitted that. She admitted that. So I was like, you know what? I can't, I don't want to get involved, like I tried. And then I would always be the one to say, hey, let's go see your siblings. Let's go see this one. Like, we're going to be in that area. Why don't we call them and say, hey, and it was always, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. And I was just like, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And I've heard the conversation where they're like, they don't want to deal with her because she's so combative. And yeah, she was like, we were two type A personalities, both of us. Okay. And yeah, man, like man, this woman, she really, the only way she could articulate or get whatever she wanted to have a conversation was through an argument. And
Mm,
I was fed up. So I'm being honest with you. Let me tell you guys something, okay? When she came in and quit her job with me, because that's how she did it, and she was with another man. I want to ask you this, and for anybody listening, I don't know, I've never heard of any man doing this. when she told me she was leaving me for another man, I was actually like, it was like a relief.
Mm.
Okay. It was. When I had to, what I'm saying is, yeah, when I heard it, 100%, I was like, oh, you know, yeah. Okay. Did I shed a tear? No. Because again, being raised by two strong parents, my dad almost promised me before he died. He told me never to get married. He told me never get married.
I know pops. I know pops for sure.
No, no, no. My dad was like, hit everything. Don't get married. Okay. He's like, look what I went through. He's like, don't get married. Okay. And and the thing was, I had to think back and when she told me she left me for another man, and she was able to do that for so long. She said to me, at the end of the month, I'm gonna rent a truck and I'm gonna come and get my stuff. I said, no problem. She shows up by herself and she wants the sofa. She wants to take all her shit. She's grabbing all the shit. And I said to her, go, where's your man? Where's your man to help you out? She doesn't say anything. So I said, how are you going to carry all this shit out? I said, you know what? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I helped her move out because I wanted to make sure there wasn't even like a hair clip left after she left. And I helped her move her shit to some basement apartment that she was renting not far from here. And I
Mm.
moved her into her basement. How many men do you know? A woman that's been cheating on you for that many years planned the thing and said, "You know what? I want you out so badly. I'm gonna help you out."
Okay, let me
That's
pause
a
you right
rare
there.
thing. For a
I'm not.
man, man would be like, "You know what? This is what you
Okay.
did to me. Figure it out. Do what you got to do, but make sure you get your shit out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's honest.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I went through something similar. Again, my I know slang. Well, the show has documented some of the issues I've had in my relationships, but the one that was the most toxic and whatever, uh, like you, when she said she was out, you didn't shed a tear, and and mine was kind of sprung upon me because I went to work thinking everything, we had a difference, but I came back and my place was cleaned out.
Oh
The person
fuck.
took all my stuff,
That's probably the only reason I would help. So to
and
avoid that.
right.
Yeah,
So the thing,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
thing
hundred
is,
percent too. Yeah,
hold
hundred
on. The
percent.
thing
Yeah.
is, as much as I saw an empty house that I paid for, that I helped furnish, I was relieved, man. I'm like that.
Mm.
That
Mm.
was that was a monkey off the back. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, it's time to rebuild. Yes, I mean, I might have to go and get loans and whatnot but the stress, the mental health
Yeah.
was starting to get back. But
Yeah.
again,
But
it was still damaged. But that part, that
Mhm. Yeah.
toxic part of it was gone, and I was happy. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, to help, again, you're a bigger man than most to help her leave, but I understand the reasoning on
mhm.
why you helped leave. It is a
Mhm.
closing of a door, closing of a chapter. It's now moving on. You're not going to babysit this feeling about, the
Mhm.
rejection or the deny
Mhm.
or sorry, the deceit of that person doing
Mhm.
things behind your back. You don't want it lingering in the back of
Mhm.
your head. You want it gone. And I
Mhm.
don't blame you for that. I don't
Mhm.
blame you for that because again,
Mhm.
people take mental health for granted. If you let that
Mhm.
fester, it destroys you and makes you
Mhm.
a very evil,
Mhm.
mean person. So again, I
Mhm.
commend you for letting it go and being the bigger person and helping her go. Right?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean,
Give her a
I mean, like,
$500 a day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was like when I was doing it, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I was just like, you know what? I just gotta get this bitch out of my life. I don't want her to come back tomorrow and say I forgot this or forgot that. I literally just sat down and I said, take whatever you want. That's what I said. I said, take whatever you
That,
want, but don't come back. Don't
yep.
come back and
Mhm.
say, I forgot. I wanted. No, no, no. This is your opportunity to take whatever you want. So when we go to court, I can say, I gave her the opportunity to take what she wanted. And on top of that, Tony, like you said, I paid for all this shit. I paid for everything. And she's like, can I have the sofa? Take it. Can I have this? Take it. I need some pots and pans. Take it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
90% of this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just it's amazing. It's amazing how, in my opinion, a lot of women will play victim when they do something to, because I was first thing I said was, where's your guy? Why isn't he here to help you out? Why isn't he buying you shit? Why doesn't he take you shopping and go buy you pots and pans and a sofa for you to live? Like, whatever. That's not this. Whatever. I did my thing. Yeah, you know.
So okay,
So whatever.
I want to ask two questions, but firstly, did make a statement that you weren't perfect.
No,
What weren't you perfect? What made you not perfect in your marriage?
I wasn't home.
Mm.
I told you when she would come home, I wasn't home.
Hmm.
So for years, but that's the time of the operation I can run my business, like my classes,
Hmm.
right? My caterings would take me all week to go buy and shop everything, prep everything, and then go on the weekends. If I was doing festivals, I was gone Friday from 6 a.m. till midnight. I wasn't home. So
It's,
in a way, I don't blame. Like I don't. I understand how the temptation is there.
You understand the
So
why.
anyways, this man,
You don't
this is not
excuse.
someone that she met online. This is not someone that she swiped left or right met online. This is a guy that she worked with. He was a
I, I,
supervisor.
I was gonna
It was
tell.
at work.
I
It was
could have
someone at
told
work.
you. I could have told you that's what it was.
Yeah. This was someone at work. He was a supervisor. I don't know if he was direct because I know
Nine
he's
times out of
African.
10, that's how it goes.
Uh and I know he was bilingual, so I know he was French because yeah, and so it was someone from work. So it's like maybe he said to her, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Oh, my husband, teaching a class." "Hey, why don't we go get something to eat?" Maybe it happened innocently like that. And this is going for years, years. I'm not home on the weekends. Like, I mean, I get home like 5, 6, like after 5.
Mhm.
So yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there in the evenings.
again, Slang. I'm going to kind of jump in. This reminds me of the new reality TV show that we are watching, or you've watched. I'm still watching, called Blue Therapy, and I'm going to break it down because there was a certain couple
Yeah,
that went through the exact same thing you're doing. Now, I'm gonna again, this is a new
I know you're
show that I'm
talking.
watching. I don't know the end result of it, but there's a gentleman who is in the food industry and has opened up a restaurant and is busy building that empire.
Mm,
His woman, who also works, but is feeling isolated and put on an
yeah,
island because she's not getting the attention that she thinks she deserves.
mhm,
Now, you can go on both sides. One, you're building an empire. You chose this person. You know what this person is all about. So you should
mhm.
understand
It's a
that it's
sacrifice on
going to
both
take some
sides.
time. Sacrifice. That's what the person said. It's
Sacrifice.
temporary.
Yeah.
Temporary. Now, on the flip side, you have to understand you are with somebody who is who's going to be supporting you. If
Mhm,
you leave them in the dark, don't be don't be don't be shocked that they're going to find that attention somewhere else,
mhm,
because again, they're isolated. They're
mhm,
home alone at 7 8 hours of the day, and you should be there. They're going to try to do something,
mhm,
and that
mhm,
sucks. But that's the
mhm.
reality. I'm just
Yeah.
again, I'm being real about it because again, I get it, man. I
No,
get
I
it.
admit it. I
I work
admit it.
I work
I
13
admit it.
hours a day at one point.
Mhm.
You're thinking you're missing the disconnect because that person's not with you. Right.
Yeah.
That's why I made a
Yeah.
career change. I mean, no, I need
Mhm.
something that is a 9 to 5 or a day job, a job to just do
Mhm.
work and come home and have the second part of my life happening, because
Mhm.
doing all that shift work or doing all these long shifts, you lose and you disconnect from
Mhm.
not only yourself, your friends, your family, your
Mhm.
partner, your child.
Mhm.
It is tough. It is tough
Mhm.
to build something you want to build in lengths
Mhm.
of time.
And
So
and those days, I don't know if you remember today, if you were following me, I was traveling 3, 4 months of the year around the
yeah.
world.
Mhm,
I was getting
mhm,
invited to some of the top chefs. I was standing shoulder to shoulder with some of the top chefs around the world, getting invitations, going all around the world, 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, around the world. And I would always invite her, obviously, she had, a career job where she can only get 2 weeks. And I would take her whenever I could, London, Paris, Hawaii, wherever, you know what I mean? But I would get all these invitations and I was taking them. So yeah, the home was empty. The home was the bed was empty. She could have did whatever she wanted. Now, did I ever think that she would? No, I trusted her.
mhm,
You
Mhm.
got me? Like I
mhm,
trusted her. I didn't think it would go to that next level. But I mean, for me, if you want to be an honest person, you wouldn't stay with someone for 6 years. while you're married for 6 years to have one foot on one boat and be like, okay, now I'm going to jump on the other boat and then tell the other one, you know what? I don't love you anymore. I'm done.
Bro, you were the golden goose. Like he was the golden goose.
They
He
my
was
I
providing.
used to have this saying that I don't want to get married because I know too many married women. Did we
Mm.
lose him? Lost him again.
I think
But I
he's
used to
around,
say
bro.
that because I know, especially in those days, I knew quite a few women who were in
Oh, we
relationships.
did this,
We lost them completely.
sorry,
But
continue.
anyway, yeah, because I knew quite a few women that were in relationships, married or long term, living with their man type thing, and hey, they were cheating with me. Not a brag, not all, but that was the nature of the situation at that time. So that used to
Mhm.
be my saying. I don't want to get married because I know too many married women, and and I really don't want to be. I'm on the side of reason. I'm a mayor of fair, like I like to try to say. It's not only a woman thing. There are men who are doing the exact same thing
Yeah,
to their wives. It's not we're both genders are guilty of deceit and guilty of
of course.
betraying their vows and so forth and so on.
Mhm.
Uh, the other question I would like to ask is: A, do you feel that you're past it, like emotionally? Do you feel like you're fully healed? And if not, or if you are, or if not, what have you done to heal, or what do you think you need to do to heal?
Mm.
Oh, I was healed very quick, man, just because of the upbringing that I had from my parents and believing them. That my mother used, we have this saying back home in Mauritius and L'Île Maurice: one goes, 10 comes.
Mhm.
One
Mm.
goes, 10 comes. My mom told me that. She goes, okay, she's gone. Don't worry, 10 will come.
Mm.
That's why we're allowed to marry up to four. And that was something 1,400 years ago. There's a reason. There's a reason why I have friends that have like 10 baby girls on the side. One goes, 10 comes. All right. So my mom's like, don't worry about it. You're a handsome guy, man. Don't forget who you are and where you come from. And I have something that I tell a lot of people when I used to do a lot of entrepreneurship programs at York University. And the biggest thing I told the students at York University last September when I did this speech about entrepreneurism, I said, I don't know where you have to buy it. I don't know if you have to go to Costco, but go get it. I can't tell you where to get it. I don't know where. You have to find it. And it's called, it's a simple, simple thing. It's called confidence. Without confidence, you ain't shit. You ain't gonna go nowhere.
It's
Okay?
fact.
Go get confidence. I can't I don't know where you gotta go, but go get it, learn it, figure it out. And as long as you have confidence, brother, brother, yo,
Okay,
I can't.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah,
have something to tell,
hey,
say about that. But go on,
yeah,
Slam.
I
yeah.
agree.
Go.
I was gonna give you a little pushback here.
Okay.
Mm.
If you're over it, then why not marry your current?
Like I said, I told my mom, yeah, no problem. But everything that I have again. So let me. Okay, you know what? I'll simple it up for you. In this country, what do I have to gain getting married?
That sounds like another person
Yes,
that's on that.
No, no,
That,
no,
that
no, no, no. Tell me, guys. Hold on,
you're
hold on.
asking the wrong guy.
I only talked about divorce once. I've been divorced twice.
yeah.
Mhm.
What do I have to gain getting? Okay, so let me tell you my situation. I told you the woman I have is so. If I talk about her, you all will get. You will be envious, and if your woman were to hear what she does for me, they will become so jealous that they don't want you to hear what she does for me because that will give you ideas of saying, how come you don't do what Rasul's wife does? Why don't or his girl does?
Mhm.
Okay. She is perfect, isn't the word? Okay, let me explain. Let me say this one more time. Perfect, isn't it? To describe this person that God has blessed me after what the torture and things that I went through with my ex-wife, the word hasn't been invented yet.
Mm.
The word hasn't been invented to describe the woman that I have today. So I should 100,000% bow down and say, yes, I should marry you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you ask me that question, I just want to know this. She has 2 adult kids. I don't have kids. Okay. I had a stepdaughter from my ex-wife. I consider her my daughter. I raised her from the age of 3, and now she's like turning 24, 25. Okay.
Okay.
So if I marry her and I die,
Mm-hmm.
she inherits everything, correct? Because she's the only one I have. I have no other. I mean, I could divide it if I wanted to, however I want. I'm just saying, technically, if
Yeah.
I was to just okay, she would, let's just say she should get everything, and she deserved to get everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but does it go to my relatives? Does it go to my nieces and nephews, my siblings, my mom, whatever? No,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when she dies, who gets everything? It's her kids. I don't have a child that bears my last name to carry on my lineage. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if I was to marry her and 6 months later she says to me, I'm done. And I told you I had to pay $40,000 to get divorced with my ex-wife, and we had no children together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We only had the property, and I had to buy her out. And it cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars to go through that. Would you think, would it be logical? Because men, we are logical and reasoning people. That's how we are. We're not emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Would it make sense for me to put myself in a situation that would be like, even, I'm going to tell you this right now, even if I said to her, and she said to me, yeah, I'll do a prenup. Do you know you don't even have to be legally married? And she can still say, you know what,
I was
we can
about to.
still go through.
I was about
Prenup
to
doesn't
ask.
mean, prenup doesn't mean anything anymore.
What I was about to ask you, if you live together, there's not much difference.
There's no, yeah, so I can still lose everything. Do you get me? So my thing is, it's like, how do you have, like, I don't know.
But
Do I love her? Do I love her? Do I trust her? Do I everything as a wife?
yeah.
100%, 1,000%. I'm not saying no.
Mhm.
Okay, but would it cost me to go through a lawyer for $40,000 again or $50,000 again to come after me because we had an argument, or you call the cops on me because you fucked up, and I call you on it, and because you want to play victim, you call the cops on me, and I got to deal with that shit, get arrested, and go. You got to prove all that shit back in court to say I
So
didn't do any. I'm just saying, what do I benefit in
here's the
this
thing.
country to get married again?
You've just explained. Sorry for me to cut in, but you just explained that you are not marrying her because of fear. That is it.
Exactly.
That is the only
Exactly.
thing that's happening. You're just
Exactly.
not. You are afraid of what could happen again. Now, this is a traumatic thing because if that's the case, I would never date anybody again because of the fear of me losing everything in my house. But I've taken the pill and sucked it up and said, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. So you are protect, and nothing's wrong with protecting yourself.
It's
Nothing is
understandable.
wrong with that.
Sunday,
But
I'm
you
not
have the
20 years
Oh,
old anymore. I'm 4. I'm
true,
turning. We're
true.
4. You know our
But
age.
you're
You
also
know.
not
Our age.
70. But you're not
that-
70. So your life is not
Right.
at
So I
50.
have to
but it
reset.
doesn't.
Okay. So
It
to
doesn't
reset to
matter what
zero
age you
again. To
are. It
You
reset
can
to
doesn't.
zero
reset.
again.
It
You
doesn't
can
matter what
reset
age you
at
are. It doesn't
50.
matter. Yeah, it
You
doesn't
can
matter.
reset at 50. I start a
Age
new
is not.
career and I'm over 40. It happens, right? But I again, I respect it. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing. You're protecting your heart. You're protecting your hard work. You're protecting you. I get that. But the realization is that you're protecting it because you're in the fear of the unknown. And that's what a lot of women do. And that's what a lot of men do when it comes to dating because they don't
So
know what's going to happen. So they're
so
not
flip
going to
it.
do it.
So hold on. So flip it the other way.
Hmm.
I have everything
Okay.
in comparison.
Okay.
In comparison,
In comparison
I
to what?
have the property. I have the vehicles.
Hmm.
I have the income.
Yeah.
In comparison to
Triple
your
the
woman?
triple the income.
Yeah. In terms of you and your
She
woman.
doesn't have a property.
Okay.
She doesn't have the vehicles. She
Okay.
doesn't have the income. What does she gain? What do I benefit?
Your answer is clear. It's a rhetorical question.
She wins the lottery.
That's a rhetorical question. the thing that Tunde and I think where I'm coming from, even, or I shouldn't even say speak for Tunde, let's speak for myself,
Mm.
that marriage is what you make it. So, and I don't even believe in marriage. Let me make that
Yeah.
straight. I don't believe
Yeah.
it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary, especially nowadays. Like I said, if you're living with her, the laws are almost the same, if not the same,
It's true.
unless you have some type of written agreement. Anyway,
Yeah.
having said that, we can't fool ourselves into believing that the decision is totally logical because it's based on finance. It is based on emotional, as Tony said as well, with the fear of what is going to happen. Because if you fully trust her, you fully love her, I would even ask you, if she says to you, "Marry me," or "It's over," what would be your choice? It sounds
It's
like the
over.
choice would be "It's over."
It's
So
over.
then,
Or I would say, stay with
for
me.
the greatest woman ever,
When I
Yeah.
die, you get everything. You get everything because you deserve that. But don't say, okay, I want to get married, and then the girlfriends start talking, this, and the options are there, and the situation is like, it's in your favor. I don't know. I didn't like the way he spoke to you last time at the party. He kind of just disrespected you. Really? Really? And now you're thinking divorce?
yeah, but
I mean,
bro, I
those
But
those those are
all it takes is one disagreement,
true, but
and then
you're
the second phone call is the lawyer
true, but
or
you're
the
putting that in your head though.
police.
But you're
No,
putting that
no,
in your
this is
head.
reality. Don't, no, no,
I,
no, no, don't
I know
Tunde.
that. I got the police called
no,
on me. So
Yeah.
I
So
hear
I'm
you.
just saying,
here's the thing.
that's how it plays out sometimes, because it's
Yeah.
That
like,
that's what you just said. The very
but
important word.
if we were
Sometimes,
equal,
Yeah. Sometimes though.
sometimes is the key
Sometimes, not
word.
all the time.
Not
If you're
all the
taking it,
time.
no,
you're right now. You're
I'm
thinking it's
not
100%.
saying she's the type of person to do that. Like I said, there's the influence. There's influence. There is main hard influence that come. The devil comes. The devil can't make you do nothing. The devil only just whispers in the ear.
Okay.
Or he will use other people to whisper shit in the ear.
So
They're crying on the phone with their best friend, their parents, their kids. Oh my God. Well, you know what, fuck that, you're still young, you can get another man, because women only marry up.
you don't trust her to make the right decision. Push come to shove
To
for any type of influence that's out there whispering in her ear.
today, anyone,
No, I'm just saying.
anyone,
So you're
anyone,
saying
anyone. After
so
what I've gone through, do you think you met my
Understandable.
ex-wife? I never would ever
I get it.
imagine that my ex-wife would have a 6-year relationship
I
out of
get
our
it.
17-year relation, to do 6 years with another man and sleep with me and be in Trinidad a month before you leave me.
I get you. I
It's
get you.
understandable.
100% I get you. But again, you now have to leave that.
Right.
So
So no, but
That
what I'm trying to
that's
say is,
here's
that's
the
I
thing.
the word.
trust this woman. I love this woman. What I'm trying to say is,
Here's the
guys,
thing. Here's
you
the thing though.
never
You have
know.
hold
You
on.
never
This
know.
is this is you, right? This is you. 100% you. Now, if you wanted to fill this up with water, that's what you're giving to your current girl. But there's still going to be a little bit left that you're holding back because you're still hurting from what happened before. You're not giving all of her. You're not giving fully 100% you to her because of the fear of what happened before you. That's not fair to her. You feel me? That's not fair to her. If you gave her 100%, she would not worry about anything. You would not worry about anything. You will happen. You will make things happen as they happen. Because if you think and stay in fear, man, the what ifs are gonna is gonna get you. Because it happened to me. The what ifs will definitely destroy your mindset. The what ifs will take over what is actually going on, and that sucks. Because I've gone through it, my friend. I'm telling you, I go and talk to this person. I don't know if that person is going to be talking to their friends or their coworkers or like I talked to a girl one time and I didn't know that she had a best friend that I used to talk to way back when, and they started talking, and now they don't talk to me. So I'm like, it happens. Turn the page,
And it
keep on
happens to
going.
the best and the strongest of us. There's a
True.
video where Mike Tyson curses out a woman at wherever he was at and says, "Get away from me." She wanted to take a picture with him. He goes, "Get away from me. You just want to put me back in jail." What did he go through? What did he lose? I lost nothing compared to him. He lost his prime. He lost his millions. And a white girl came up to him and goes, I just want to take a picture of him. And he goes, get out of here. And he cursed her out. Look that up.
Okay, yeah,
How
So
did
what
he?
I'm saying is
okay.
I can't just say, okay, this one. No.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Because
right.
like I said, it takes one argument for it to all turn around and walk away. That's all it takes today. My parents probably beat each other up both sides and they worked it out because in our culture, there is no divorce. There was no divorce when my parents grew up. It was such a huge taboo. Can you imagine being an African woman that got divorced and then you think you're going to get remarried?
Let me ask you a
It
question.
never happened.
Let me ask you a question.
No one's going to marry you.
Off
Today
topic,
they're
sir.
doing divorce parties, going to Cancun, be like, oh my God, we got divorced. Look all the money that we got.
Let me ask you this question.
Mm,
If you say you're walking down the street one day
mm.
late at night,
I
and
bump into my ex and her man. I would
no,
shake his hand and say, congratulations, bro. Thank
this
you
is
so
how,
much.
bro.
I would shake his
This
hand.
is how
I
I
would
know you're
shake his
not
hand, be
over
like,
it, sir.
brother.
Sir, this is how I know you're not over it. I didn't even ask the question yet.
I would shake his
It
hand.
has nothing to do with them. Nothing. Let me ask.
Okay,
If
I'm
you're
walking down.
walking down the
I'm walking
street
outside at
late
night.
at night
Yeah.
and you got robbed by a white guy, a blonde hair, blue eyed white guy, would you then suspect every blonde hair, blue eyed white guy to be a robber?
If a blonde haired white guy could rob me, I'd be like, I'd give him I shake his hand.
I love how
I'd be
you.
like, yo, you're
I
gonna
love
rob
how you
me?
didn't answer the
Just
question.
no, 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 no.
Okay, so I say that
That's
to
a race.
say,
That's a racist. That's a racist. No, no,
oh,
no, no.
okay, all right, that's fine.
Okay, okay.
I
Yeah,
absolutely agree with that answer. I
yeah.
say that to say that was her, man.
Mm,
She did that.
mm,
She happened to do it to you, but that's who she is.
mm.
So
You're
listen. So listen to
hold on,
this.
hold on, hold
Hold on,
She
hold on,
was
on,
hold on, hold, hold
hold
Filipino,
on, hold
on,
on, hold
and
Azu,
my
on,
hold
girl
on,
today's
hold
Filipino.
on,
hold on,
hold
hold on.
on, hold
I
on,
didn't say I'm never gonna
hold
see
on,
Filipinos
hold
again.
on, hold on.
I left one for another. Okay,
Hold
go on, go on, go
on,
No,
on.
brother.
that
My
is
bad.
not the point. You can't. You got to hear the point.
Okay.
She is one Filipino woman that did
Mm,
that. Her being Filipino is not even my point because any type of woman could and is
mm,
capable of doing that. The
mm,
point is that if you have a different Filipino woman, to
mm,
your point,
mm.
and I actually, again, I don't even actually believe that marriage is a necessity in life.
Right.
But if this is something she wants and you think she's the best woman ever in your life, because I don't get the impression that you felt that way about your ex. I don't think you even felt that way during the marriage. But if this what you're saying about this woman, bro,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
there's a lot of things I think you gotta heal. I don't think you're fully healed. I don't. Just the way you're speaking, I don't think that you've gotten over this situation. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand why. I've been never married, but I've been heartbroken before. I've
Well,
been
life teaches you precautions, right? Like you learn, right? It's like, okay, I don't want to get bit like this again, so I'm going to take a precaution. So,
It depends
you
on
know,
what
it's
you
just
learn. It depends on what you
well,
learn.
it's just like saying you get into a car accident without insurance, and then you realize what happens when the cops arrest you. And you're like, oh shit, you don't have insurance. Well, you fucked. Then going further, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna make sure I always have insurance.
Absolutely true. And you might also get a better car with better brakes,
Sure,
depending
sure,
on how the accident.
okay, sure. But I mean, you're gonna always make
Variable.
sure you're gonna have insurance.
There's variables to that accident.
Right. So my thing is, I don't. What insurance do you have? Like I said in the beginning, what do I benefit from getting married compared to getting divorced?
But why are you always comparing it to divorce? Like that's an inevitable
Yeah,
outcome.
yeah.
That's the point. It's
Okay,
n-
Because
it's
I'm
not
80%
of
necessarily.
divorces are started by women, not men, in North
wait,
America.
okay, we're talking stats,
Yeah,
so that's fine. That's true.
it's a
Here's
No,
cyclical.
that's
here's
facts.
It's a
here, but
cyclical argument. It's a cyclical argument.
here's my I'm gonna flip it on you real quick because you brought up Mike Tyson. I'm like, okay, we'll probably finish this in a bit, but who is the greatest boxer of all time in your eyes?
Ali,
Right. Ali is the greatest of
Not
all
to me.
time.
multiple wives.
Not to me.
No, not no, no. Again,
But go
that's
ahead.
what you said. Now, Ali is the greatest in your mind.
Mhm.
He had things thrown at him multiple times, whether it was
Mhm.
race, women.
Mhm.
He went to jail
Mhm.
for something he did not do wrong.
Mhm.
But you're now telling me that he's the greatest of all time. Why?
Mhm.
Because he overcame the bullshit that was
Mhm.
sent his way and still became great.
Mhm.
Mike Tyson is one of the greatest boxers of all time because he overcame bullshit and
Mhm.
still became great. So do
Mhm.
not dwell on the bullshit,
Mhm.
still become great. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. That's what I'm saying. Because again,
mhm.
if you hold that, that's that anchor that's going to keep you down, man. That's the anchor. Because again, you are great. You've already
Mhm.
shown us that.
Mhm.
You've done that already. I've seen it myself. I've
Mhm.
known you since yay high, bro. So
Mhm.
don't let that situation bring you
Mhm.
down. That's what I'm saying. Because again,
Mm.
you're letting you're letting the universe pull you down in a way that you shouldn't be. Instead of you going left, you're going right because of what has happened in the past. Let it go
Mhm.
and shoot for the stars. Forget about anything and everything that's happened behind you. When I go to sleep,
Mhm.
whatever happened the day before, if it's not significant, it doesn't matter to me. I
Yeah.
keep on pushing.
No, I
Keep
get
on
it. Like, I
pushing.
mean, the marriage, the whole marriage thing is something. We don't. She doesn't. One thing I love, like again, this woman's amazing. She doesn't bring it up. She doesn't bring it up. Um, Her parents never brought it up. We're going on 7 years. That's a
Okay.
long time. It's a long
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
Um, she knows I'm not going anywhere. Okay. She
Mm.
knows I'm not. You know, fucking swiping left and right, or whatever the fuck the kids do today and shit like that. Um, she knows she can trust me. I know I can trust her. In the sense of like, cheating I'm talking about, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm not saying I won't marry her. What I'm just saying is when I gotta look at I got to balance. Like my mom,
Always a
last time my
balance.
mom was here a few months ago and she was again throwing marriage at me. And I just said, okay, fine. I know she's amazing. My mom's like, this is the one, like, this is out of everything that you've been through. And my mom's giving me, and I said, okay, but if this situation happened again, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that because that would put me into bankruptcy. Okay.
Okay.
Like literally, like, when I played it out to my mom. So then
Yeah.
when I said to my mom, okay, so if that happens, are you going to be able to help me out with that? I don't care about paying for the wedding. And then that's when she got a reality check too. And she's like, shit, you're right? Because you gotta look at both sides. I'm
No,
not
she's not wrong.
saying
You're
she
right.
will. She's like I told you, Tunde, man. If you meet this girl, if I was to talk about this girl, man, she's
Bring her
oh
over,
my
man.
god,
You know where I'm at.
bro.
I get you. I get
She
you.
is, bro. Sometimes when I sit here and I think about her, my father died. I never
Beautiful.
cried. And when I think about the things that this woman brings to the table, she deserves better than me. I'll say that straight up. I'll tell you that
Okay.
straight up. Okay. When I think about everything that she does for me, it's just like, fuck. Like, and that's why I tested her for years because women do that shit in the beginning, right? They'll fucking do all this shit, all your fan, all this fucking boom, boom, and then 2 years goes by, 3 years goes by, 4 years goes by. And I'm like, yo, when's this girl gonna break? She can't be this good. 5 years goes by, 6 years goes by. You know what I'm saying? But she's not telling me, hey, when you gonna marry me?
Mm.
Okay. And
You know what I'm
this is where I'm
saying?
gonna stop. This is where I'm gonna
That's
stop you
different.
right now. Here's my question now. Who is bringing up marriage?
Only my mom and my siblings.
Oh, so
Okay.
she doesn't care to get
My
married.
side, my side. I don't
Right.
know her
So
side. I don't know her side.
okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough. So
What
here's
about
the
her?
thing.
Like she doesn't care to get married at
Like
all?
like she's not bringing it up.
She knows. She was there when I went through my divorce. She knows what I went through, so she
Right.
understands.
Okay.
But she only wants to know, like, like we're good, we're together.
Hmm.
I'm the only one.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
So
marriage to me.
Yeah, she's not asking
but
for a ring. She's not asking
okay.
for a ring.
So I'm gonna
But
bring it
I
back.
did speak to her, like, if we ever did like a cultural marriage, like their culture, like the
Yeah.
Filipino thing. Yeah, I'm open. I'm open to that.
Okay. Here's why I'm saying. It's like you told me right away. You said moms in the family, right?
My mom,
Here's
yeah.
here's the thing.
Mm.
Are you living for them? Or are you living for
Exactly.
yourself?
Exactly.
Because if you are
Exactly.
living for yourself, you don't have to
Exactly.
answer to anybody.
Exactly. I know.
And
But
this
bro,
and this is
bro,
what
I
hold
got
on,
an
but
African. I
this
got an
hold on.
African mom.
No, so do I.
I got an African
But
mom,
here's the
man.
thing. But
I
here's the
got a
thing,
My
man.
mom
Jamaican
can
one.
still beat me today, bro. I told you
I
that.
get it,
Told
but
you
here's the
that.
thing, though. This is why I had an identity crisis. This is why I was confused because I'm like, I need to satisfy the family, the world. I mean, you have
No, I
cousins
won't
and
do that
people
again.
calling you and
Yeah.
telling, when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married?
Yeah. No, I'm not
I'm
gonna do
going to
that
fuck.
again.
But
Yeah.
meanwhile, I'm like, do I
Yeah.
really want to?
Yeah.
I've got a
Mhm.
child right here. I'm
Mhm.
happy. If I have the
Mhm.
career that I have, I'll be happy. That is all you need to do is be
No,
happy. You're
that's
not
it.
here living for your family. Your dad
100%.
passed, rest his soul.
Exactly.
My mom
Yeah.
passed, rest her soul. But
Yeah.
you're living for you. You live on.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one else. So
That's
whether
it.
you want to get married or not, it is your choice and your
Yeah.
partner's choice.
Facts.
You
That's
don't
it.
have to answer to any
Mm.
goddamn person because
That's
they
true.
Facts.
don't control
Yeah.
you.
No, I
All
know.
right.
I know.
I
I
want
know. I know.
I want anybody and everybody's listening. You do you. If it's
You.
not
Yeah.
illegal
Yeah.
and it's logical to you and your partner
Mm.
and your kids, do you. Don't
Yeah.
do
Facts.
anybody else because again, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you sleep in your bed, right?
That's right.
You drive
That's right.
your car,
That's
right?
right.
You have your girl. You treat your kids this way.
Yeah.
Do you.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
again, that's what I will take out of this for anything and
Yeah.
everything is that
No, I
you do
100%
you.
agree.
Give yourself
100%.
a round of applause, Stokes.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
man.
thank you. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
man.
mind doing
Yeah.
that for
Do
myself
that,
because I
please.
love to hear myself getting a round of applause
Get a
because I'll
clap.
definitely do that. But yes, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm again. I love my family and my friends
Mhm.
to death. So this,
Yeah.
you are my one of my closest friends and oldest friends, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know that you have gone through crap, and I'm gonna tell you. I'll bring this up right now. Okay, I'll tell
Mhm.
you right now. This is how big this connection is. You feel me? That's the picture in this house, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's every one of those people
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
school with in the top row. The
Yeah.
people in the bottom are
Yeah.
people that I met on the
Oh my
road of
God.
life, and I brought them
Wow.
into this family I
Yeah.
call friends. They never
Yeah.
went to any of the schools with these guys, but I
No.
brought them in because they meant so much. Right
Yeah.
now, Melissa, God rest her soul, she passed away from cancer. But again,
Yeah.
that man Adam is one of the best men I know in the world. And just
Yeah.
like everybody else there, we got Kanisha, we got Nisha, we got
Yeah.
Shannon, we got
He's the
Charlie, we got
Argos
David,
guy. Yeah.
Victor, we've got
Yeah.
Russ, every one of them. Again,
Everybody.
they came out.
David.
Yeah, they
David.
came
Yeah.
out and said, "Yo, this is
Yeah.
this is this is us. This is
Hmm.
family." So again,
Hmm.
I know you're great.
Yeah.
Don't let
Yeah.
any type of situation hamper your decisions. You are
Yeah,
doing
that's
this
right.
for you, man, and just
No,
you
I
keep
know.
on
I
doing you.
know. I
I
Mm.
would
appreciate
love
it.
to meet the woman
Thank
that
you.
is perfect for you, and I want to
Yeah.
shake her hand, give her a hug, and say, "Hey, you know what? Protect my man right there. Protect
No,
my
she's
man right there."
she's blessed me, man. God blessed me with her, man. God blessed me with her,
Again,
Beautiful.
man. Like
and the
she's
same way with Slang. I met his lady. For years, he had never dated for anybody, but he found
mm,
his person,
right.
right? And I needed to meet that person. I did meet that person. And in my head,
Nice.
I'm like, you know what? Protect that person.
No,
That's
you
my
will. You
family
will.
right there,
You
right?
will. You
And I
will.
bet
You
you
will.
guys would do the same if I met someone, you know,
Right.
who I felt that much involved in and happy with. That's what I would
Mhm.
show. So again,
Yeah.
man, don't worry
Yeah.
about the past anymore. The past is the past.
Yeah.
And yes, it can come back and haunt you and kick your
Hmm.
ass, but
Hmm.
just know that you can get past it, right?
Man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and this too shall pass, as they say, right?
I
Yeah.
just,
It
I
happens.
just, I just
No,
want to.
I appreciate you guys' honesty and
Mhm.
me just sharing, just saying like, I just want to show people, how it is and living here and getting married and things you should know and what you should do and things you
Facts.
should watch out for. So I
Mhm.
think this was great,
Mhm. Mhm.
for our community and for our youth because like again, yes, there's a pressure from my family coming through. When you come from a background or culture, there is that because that's what they know, that's what it is. But you're 100% right. After everything I've gone through, I don't have to get married. You know what? I got a woman, I'm happy, I'm good. That's it.
Mhm.
And but with our cultures and diversities and faith, it's like, well, you should get married. And it's like,
Mhm.
well, you know what? I don't know.
Mhm.
So, like I said,
Mhm.
man, once I told my mom, all right, I'll get married, but you pay for the divorce.
Double back real quick.
He's like,
I'll see you
I
next
gotta
year.
go. I gotta go.
I'll see you next.
I gotta go. She was like, "Assalamu alaikum." Right, good luck.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I'm
can't hear
getting
you.
old. I didn't
It's
hear that
too
at the
it's
time.
static, static,
Yeah,
static. Mom,
Yeah,
we're not on the
yeah,
phone, but
man.
it's static, it's
yeah,
static.
yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, again,
Yeah.
you're right. You're bringing awareness, and we love that. We want you to bring awareness
Mm,
because, again,
mm,
I
mm,
think the best way that people learn is from people's experiences. You can't
mm,
learn all this stuff through books. Like you said, the school
mm,
system is never going to teach us how to deal with marriage, how to
Facts.
deal with finances, how to, we have to learn on our own. And what we learn, we should be teaching to our fellow man, fellow woman, kids, all that. So we can be all, so they can be all prepared of what to see and
mm.
what comes.
Mhm.
Right?
Can I add something? Can I add something?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I add something? So, I mean, what I've noticed in the last 15 years, and this is again people that I know, like friends that I know, um, who unfortunately I had to be a big shoulder to, where they wanted to suicide was on the table.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm talking about multiple men.
Hmm.
Okay, who discovered that their children weren't theirs. Okay, and talking like after 15 years, after 20 years.
Crazy.
Okay, when you spend 15, 20 years and you find out, your child is not yours. Another thing I want to say, like, with the whole, like, the system, where it's like, they should, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that the system should teach you how to be in a marriage, how, well, how you function and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, how you should raise your children. I'm not talking about that dynamic. I'm talking about when, so, what's insane is, you literally, I literally can take my girl to City Hall tomorrow, my ID, her ID, and this is no joke. Go to City Hall and get married tomorrow. Tomorrow. And sign the paper. I do, I do.
Mhm.
Okay. You know how long a divorce takes? My divorce took 3.5 years and we had no children. It cost me 40 grand just for the divorce, and I had to pay her hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mhm.
Okay. The point is, it's so easy to get married. I can get married tomorrow, my girl, tomorrow. It's that simple. The system is made that simple. So my point is, if in the divorce you are now have a child or multiple kids, you're responsible for the, now depending on your income, you're now not just have to pay child support until that child is 18, and it continues after, if they're still in school. As long as they're still in school after 18, you still have to pay child support. You still have to pay alimony. She can come after, what's that word? If you're getting something from the government, what's
A
that word
pension.
I'm looking for? If you're getting a pension, she can get half that pension. And I know men that went through this, and they told me, Russell, I just want to fucking, because the judge, he was 54 years old. The judge said to him, "Don't worry, you'll figure it out." He's like, "I'm 54 years old. How am I going to figure this out? I still got 3 kids for the next 7 years to pay child support. You took half of my pension that he was living on, and now he's living in the basement trying to pay rent." My thing is, it should be obligatory. I believe it should be obligatory, when you sign that birth certificate. It comes with a it
DNA.
comes.
A DNA
Yeah,
test.
yeah, yeah. It should. Yeah, you're
I absolutely agree.
I
what do you
agree.
think? What do you
I
think? The
agree.
day the
Absolutely.
baby, when you
Oh,
when you say, okay, you're the daddy.
100%.
Okay, I
one.
think I'm the daddy, and you sign that birth certificate. Before you sign that birth certificate, that DNA result should come and say, yes, you are the dad. And please sign
100.
here. Please
I
sign here,
1000% agree.
Mr. Akbarali. Sign here, because here's the proof from the hospital that you are the dad.
Mhm.
100%. I totally
I
agree on that.
totally agree.
How many lives that would save?
Yep.
Tony, can you imagine raising a kid for 20 years and you find out, and you find out you're not the dad?
Listen, with my first, yes, I understand, and it's scary. It is scary to.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this should be taught to young men, because this is something for life. You're teaching me what? Math, science? You're trying to put French down my throat? I'm bilingual. I speak French fluently because I'm Creole. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you're trying to throw all these things, but to live life, to know how to do my finances, how to open a bank account. When as soon as I turn 18, you're throwing me a credit card. But then, oh, I have to pay child support, and I don't even know if this kid's mine.
Mm. I feel you.
No, like, am I? What do you
Yeah,
got?
making
You're not
total
crazy
sense.
there.
Total sense.
That makes total sense. I'm not arguing that about. That's
Why
something that
isn't that not part of the birth certificate?
it's the system, man. The
It's a
system that
very
we
good
have that
question.
we've allowed. It's
Exactly. I've been talking
the way
about the
it is.
system from the beginning, from to now. How it's not
Yeah.
in our favor. It's not for the men. It's totally for. Come on, man. Come on.
No, I feel you. I feel you. And again, we are just pawns in this game of life, right? The system is the system. It's up to us to make the changes. So we bound together and figure out if we can make change. And again, we talked
So
about
you
it.
can make a change for all the youth that are listening and watching this, and you know you're having a baby coming soon. Get that DNA result when that baby's born.
Yep, I
There
agree.
you go. I don't blame. I don't
That's
I
how
don't
that
go
hundred
against that at
percent.
all. No, for
I don't
sure. I
care.
don't.
Oh, you don't trust me? You don't trust me? Oh, you
Yeah.
don't think? No, 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 no.
No,
Get
I
that.
don't. I
Yeah,
don't.
exactly. Exactly. I
Yeah,
don't.
It's okay.
I don't.
It's okay that I don't. Let's just do the
Yes,
test,
it's
then
all
I'll
right.
trust you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
one
So,
more thing, just my last thing. You know me, Toks.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say
Bring
it.
it
You
home.
know what I'm
Bring it
gonna say.
home.
This is a form of it. Please, men, do not be afraid to seek therapy,
Mm.
professional or
Mm.
otherwise, because we're not at the point where we have to take these DNA tests. We're not at the point where we can put a woman on a lie detector test and know that she's going to be faithful for the rest of her life. We're not at that
Mm.
point. So in the aftermath of when these things fail, and you're like Rasul was saying about a few of his friends, ready to put that gun in your mouth, before you do that, please.
Yeah.
And it, you know what? Let me even change that. It shouldn't take a traumatic experience. We
Mm.
need therapy before
Mm-hmm.
we get to that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also something they should be giving us in school,
Yes.
because that is
Yes,
a tool
yes,
for life.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Get
yes,
that
Yes.
yes,
Because
stuff
it
yes,
early.
yes,
because
yes, yes,
it's
yes.
happening to our youth
Yeah, the trauma.
younger
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
younger
yeah,
and
yeah,
younger. We
yeah,
just dealt
yeah.
with the situation in BC. We don't know what was going on in that man's that he went and fucking off his family and went to the school and started shooting people. We don't know. But again,
Mhm.
if we start young,
Yeah,
start talking to these folks, let them
yeah,
know if there's something that's on it, let it out so we can help you with that problem,
yeah.
right? And
Please,
get the professional help. Don't just go
please.
talk to a buddy or whatever. Yes, it's great to have friends, but friends
Yes.
might dictate how you relate to some of these situations. Go talk to someone
Because they need
professional.
therapy too. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
but
again,
but but gentlemen, naturally men don't do that.
but this is my
no,
point. That's
Naturally,
exactly my
the
men
point.
point.
men don't just call up the
Exactly my
boy and
point.
like, yo, you know what's going, yo, you want.
You're right.
Naturally, men don't. We weren't raised that way. Women
You're,
are, but
you're
men
right.
aren't.
You're right.
Men
But
aren't
that's what he's saying.
naturally.
Now we
But
should.
that's again, it should start early.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
it
absolutely.
should
totally
start
agree.
early. Yeah,
Totally
yeah,
agree, man. If we should
Change it.
definitely get on that, and that's
yeah.
we should definitely do a whole new episode on mental health, men's mental health. Then we'll do another episode on women's health, mental health. Let's just do it all, man. Let's get the awareness out there. That's
I'm
what we
down for that.
actually.
I'm
I
down for
mean,
that.
yeah, we're
I'm
gonna
down
talk
for that.
about that.
Definitely.
I'm down for that.
Definitely gonna do
Again,
that.
I'm
sure.
down for that. I'm down
All
for
right,
that.
all right. Well, again, another great, eye-opening episode here. I want to thank again Rasul, my brother, my blood. Thank you for
Mm,
popping in with us
yeah,
and
brother.
giving us the insight of what is going on in your world. I hope
Mm,
everybody paid attention because again, there were some nuggets from everybody, from myself, Rasul, and Slang. So
and
again,
slang. Yeah.
don't worry. Be happy. All right. That's what I'm going to say. Thank you all. Don't forget to watch us on YouTube, Spotify. We on Instagram. We on TikTok. We on LinkedIn. We on Facebook. Man, we everywhere. Yo, Russell, tell us where we can find you real quick.
Man, you can still see my stuff, man. Penthouse Catering, Penthouse Catering. You know, that's just my thing, my whole thing.
Right.
Probably my entire biography, CV, resume is all on Penthouse Catering on IG, all there still. Yeah, but yeah,
All
man,
right.
this has been great. Slang Baba Tunde.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate you being here today, bro.
Most
Appreciate
F,
it.
most
No,
F.
thank
Again,
you. This
thank
was
you again. And
great.
we're
This was
definitely going to
great.
have
Thank
you
you
on
so much.
again. You
Yeah.
Yes,
guys
yes.
have a great
Yes.
rest of your day, and we'll hit
All
you
right.
up next time. We out. Peace and love.
Peace.
Mhm.